Hi, I'm Ashley Gonzalez.
And I'm Anthony Amadeo.
December has been a super eventful month here in South Florida. The giving spirit of the season is prevalent throughout Pembroke Pines, and it doesn't stop there. The content you're going to see on today's show is full of people who are charitable all year long.
On this month's episode, we'll be talking about everything from an animal rescue center to a nationwide phenomenon. Here's a quick recap of what December looked like in Pembroke Pines.
The path to recovery is not easy by any means. At Peaceful Ridge Rescue, neglected horses are taken in to be nursed back to health constantly, but there is one that seems to stand out amongst the others. Danielle's has the story.
Located in Davie, Florida, Peaceful Ridge Rescue is a nonprofit organization for neglected and abused horses. Many residents come to volunteer daily, from families to students. Although there are many horses galloping in the sanctuary, a thoroughbred named Logan stood out from the rest of the pack.
Logan was practically skin and bones. He was in a very small stall, not able to walk around and move, piled up with hay and manure. They never cleaned it, and they never took care of it, and they just kept throwing food in there thinking, oh, he just needs food. When he first came here, I could put my hands around his neck. He looked like this big brown giraffe. You should never have a horse's neck be that skinny unless it was just born. It's unacceptable. So when I was able to do that, I mean, I was in tears.
No animal, no matter the circumstance, should have to suffer the way Logan did. But where there is darkness, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. The path to Logan's recovery didn't come overnight.
As soon as the dentist came, the equine dentist came, filed his teeth down, he started gaining weight right away. And when he started feeling food actually hit his belly, he was ravenous. He wanted to eat like all the time. It took a solid year. So right now he's healthy enough where we're building up Logan's muscle, so he's starting to look really good.
Although being part of Peaceful Ridge family became an important portion of Logan's life, finding a forever home is his next chapter.
For Logan, I would be ecstatic if he got adopted, where he could be at a nice ranch with open fields. I would love that for him.
In an ideal world, Logan will be adopted in the near future. At the moment, he is happy in his temporary home. This has been Daniella reporting.
Safety in schools has always been a major concern, but after many shootings all around the country, people feel that nothing is being done. Kylie Bolanos has more.
Filled with an abundance of roses, chocolate, and love flying through the air, Valentine's Day is supposed to be a day full of love and embracing the people closest to us. But on this day in 2018, the only thing flying through the air were bullets in Parkland, Florida. The events of this day would lead to the third deadliest school shooting in United States history, following Virginia Tech and Sandy Hook. After the events of this day, the hunger for safer schools has never been stronger. Parents, students, and teachers alike are desperate for a change. However, everything in the world comes at a price, and schools nearby cannot afford to equip themselves with the newest technologies.
I think it would take a lot of budget to replace the current safety precautions we have. I think that's our number one barrier for sure. I'm part of our safety team committee that we have here, and everything that we've tried to suggest beyond what we're doing right now, most of the time when we're told we can't do something, it's a budget thing. It's, that costs $30,000. This costs this much money. It's like beyond our hands.
Many people have let out cries for help, begging for schools to become safer. Policies that have always been in code of conduct started to become more enforced after Valentine's Day. But some are skeptical and do not believe these regulations are doing much, if anything at all.
The new policies are we have to wear IDs when we get into school, and we all have one entrance in the mornings when before we had like 3 or 4.
In the hallways, it seems that most of them just put their their IDs in their backpacks and walking around. I don't see them.
I was never a believer in the whole wearing an IDs thing because I knew from the very beginning that's all it was. It was all just a false sense of security. It was all just something that the school board did to be like, oh, this is what we're doing now, because now that all this has happened, we we need to do something. I feel like it was just like a people pleaser.
When things are calm, it is human nature to become complacent. Once complacency settles into schools, no one minds the safety precautions like wearing an identification badge or coming through a single point of entry as seriously as when first enforced. The schools are trying to find ways to get all students to abide by the policies. But with defiance being a common factor, this could be more difficult than expected.
So we need to think of ways, and the school is trying to think of ways of how can we make it an incentive for the students to wear the IDs, that it's not a punishment if you don't have it, but you can't get into the media center without it. Or maybe you need, in order to buy a prom ticket, you need to show your ID. To get into prom, have your ID.
I just believe, unfortunately, both at this age and in the sort of society we're in, if you don't offer people something for doing something or don't force them to do it, they're not going to do it.
There is always a talk about how students are the #1 priority. This statement could not be true because the step to extreme safety in schools has not been implemented, and it all comes down to the money being spent in the wrong areas.
They passed state laws that are supposed to make this safety a rule now. Of course, they didn't give us a budget to make those laws take effect. They just passed laws that said we had to do it. We're trying to do the best we can within the budget we're given. I think there's a lot more that can be done if the state and the county would give us the money to do it. I'm sad to say that a lot comes down to money, but unfortunately it does.
They haven't put bulletproof windows in the doors because of budget, but they remodeled the gym and they gave us new bleachers for the football field. When we don't even have football games, I think they should take our safety into way more consideration, given the fact that the school system preaches how the youth is the future. If we're the future, shouldn't you care a little more about us?
Okay, ready, and
Now it's time for a quick break.
When we come back, we'll learn about an initiative the community has taken to help others and a national trend.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to this edition of Bobcat Broadcast. Arts for Autism is a dance class that promotes inclusion while providing a fun, beneficial space for its participants. This type of therapy is extremely helpful, but far and few between, so this is truly a special find. Anthony Amadeo can break it down for you.
Arts for Autism is a nonprofit organization that welcomes kids all across the spectrum to not only enjoy a day of dancing, but also to help with social and cognitive skills. This program uses dancing and singing to ignite an artistic passion within the participants.
So Arts for Autism is a dance program and a music program that uses the music and the movement to help these kids progress in their autism symptoms. So we focus on things like eye contact, social skills, language development, gross motor, fine motor. We work on so many things in a 45-minute session that's fun. So they don't even notice that these moves and the structure of the class is there therapeutically to help them improve in their autism symptoms. So they just come here, they think it's a dance party, they're having a great time, but everything is there for a reason.
Spectrum Dance Therapy comes from Autism Movement Therapy, which combines a structured program of music therapy, social relational therapy, and applied behavioral analysis. This type of therapy is a way for kids to have fun and express themselves, resulting in them becoming more independent.
This for sure has been an opportunity for children to express themselves. I mean, dancing that's what it is, to express yourself through movements. So the fact that they are kept in classrooms where they have to learn and, you know, follow certain rules, here is like where they can be free and do whatever. And you see it at first when they come, they're kind of nervous, but then as the music is going and they're dancing, they release something that you've never really seen before. And it just shows that dancing can be your way of expressing yourself and of releasing any stress. Like in that hour, they get to just open up and be free and not have to worry about anything at all.
This program and Spectrum Dance Therapy helps children in the community and provides them with a creative outlet like no other. I'm Anthony Amadeo, reporting. Looking around, AirPods can be seen pretty much everywhere. So many people have willingly paid the high price tag, but are the wireless headphones actually any good? Kayla Baker can give some more insight.
Apple's newest hit, AirPods, have taken the world by storm. They are wireless Bluetooth headphones costing about $150. Even though everyone wants to own a pair of these technological necessities, AirPods could be called Apple's biggest mistake. One of the controversies surrounding the AirPods is that they put radiation straight into a user's ear. According to Dr. Deborah Lee Davis, founder and president of the Environment Health Trust, wireless earbuds place a microwave transmitter next to the head, and as a result, these microwaves penetrate into your skull and brain. Even though the microwaves are considered low level, the low levels have been shown to cause biological effects over time. Putting radiation to our bodies should not even be a factor that has to be considered when buying headphones. As many consumers have argued, AirPods are constantly falling out of their ears or losing signal. While partaking in a physical activity like a jog, the chance of the AirPods falling out is high because of their small shape and slippery demeanor. With the promise that these wireless headphones will stay perfectly in place, it seems to do quite the opposite. You pay $150 for quality headphones, but turns out the flaws outweigh the new and supposedly efficient design. I'm Kayla Baker, reporting.
That's just about it for this month's edition of Bobcat Broadcast.
Make sure to tune in next month to see what we're up to in January.
You can find us on Twitter at WBTV_club or on Instagram at WBTV Club. This has been Ashley Gonzalez
and Anthony Amadeo. Have a great day.